jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
of Earl's. Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-Side official. No negotiations needed, period. You already know WCS is back in the building. Shout out to Bud Gunstop. Canelo is on deck. What's good? That's Cap Breadman doesn't know anything about it. So, as I get into my live stream, appreciate everyone for pulling up. Salute to you. Hit the button. It's been rumor mill circulating for quite some time now in the last several days about Spence having a new trainer. You know how boxing can get, right? You know, it gets to a level of desperation and people start just making up shit. We had an outbreak of that in the last 3 to 4 years. We have had an absolute plague of human beings considered to be content creators out here just making shit up. You know what I'm saying? Just like thoughts. They just come up and take advantage of their psychological prowess and just create lies, fictitious lies, fallacies. All right? It's been a lot said in trying to figure out when Errol Spence is coming back to the sport. We see him and what happened last year. I have chose to digress from the T-Mobile Massacre theater, even though I love it, because I was able to eat an abundance of nice fresh fish during the fish fry concert. And I was able to witness one of the best matchups of this era. So with that said, there's been issues post-fight. One being Crawford unfortunately had to experience having his IBF belt stolen from his possession through bogus ass paperwork. That's one. Let's get that out the way. Let's get that out the way. Then on top of that, Spence had activated his rematch clause within the 30-day period, but then early part of 2024, that semester we witnessed Errol Spence leaving a coffee shop, which some said was a hospital. He was being chaperoned or carted off, wheelchair assisted. He had some type of patch over his eye. It seemed like an old cupcake wrapper. Somebody put some masking tape on it. But supposedly he had came out of Starbucks and he had his cataract surgery. Not only that, it's a lot of things that took place. Not only that, before I get the Pac-Man ATL live review, right? Not only that, it's just, I'm up here advocating. I'm saying, through all my criticism, Spence still got up as a man. He fought on. He showed his resilience till the referee deemed it, no, it is unsafe for you to continue. He called a fight. But just when all his fans out here was making freaking excuses for Spence, Spence came out and said, where I'm from, we don't make excuses. And God damn it, he must have still been loopy because he started coming out with excuses about his eye. He said, why do you think I was being hit with all those jabs and hooks? I said, I be goddamn. Keeping hope alive, sometimes you just can't do it. So I found out that he was saying from the eye surgery, he had this issue way before he stepped in there with Crawford. So he had to get that situated. That pretty much derailed any type of rematch that we believe that will be on the schedule for 2024. We was already disappointed that we wasn't able to get it in December of 2023. Showtime, it took flight, wings spread it, landing gear secured. They was out of the boxing game. Now, we was hoping and wishing and praying that a miracle happened, that we could see Spence Crawford. No, Spence pulled out because of his eyes. He had to get an eye surgery or whatever. Since then, we have seen very juvenile actions taking place by PBC. They had Spence jump in the ring after Fundora Tim Tszyu fight, and he claimed that he was, time to go with, fight the big dogs now. He gonna do this, that, and the other Fundora. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people felt that it was just a purposely orchestrated setup to keep Terrence Crawford from, moving to 154 pounds to get a shot at facing Fundora. Crawford has been making moves that get people's attention, and that was one of them. But Spence jumped in the ring claiming he betted on Fundora, and his people was up here having a good old country YTC hold down. Yeah, they was up here kicking their boots together. Spurs are swinging. And they was like, yeah, PBC done blocked Crawford and all that shit. So, we all know what happened with Crawford proceeding forward. He was able to become champion anyway, like he always do. But Spence, I have sent my search and rescue team out there, and they have been working tirelessly to try to figure it out. And with no impact, no idea. No impact, no idea. People, they have been guessing. You know what I'm saying? They have been guessing, lying. They have been dipping in the reservoir of ignorance and showing people, yes, I don't care what you think. I am without regret. I will continue to lie on Spence's name any chance I get. And that's exactly what we've been seeing on this YTC. YouTube Central. Lies upon lies. Now, one thing that did stand out that ended up being facts was that he was in a legality type of civil suit with his former coach, Derrick James. That we know to be true. But check this out. The biggest puzzle piece that was missing was, since he left Derrick James, who will be next on deck to train the former unified welterweight world champion pound for pound, top 5 constituent, Errol Spence Jr.? Who would train him? That's what we wanted to know. Who would be training? Who would be an auxiliary to be next in line to train? So people was guessing and choosing, you know what I'm saying, who it might be. Will it be somebody in Texas? Will it be, Calvin Ford name popped up? Just name after name. So his fans, per se, they do like they always do. They get together in these private chats and come up with information that they can't sustain with sources. They don't have receipts for it, but they feel it's good because someone was in the gym when Errol Spence took a picture. You know how boxers be rotating around and shit, and a familiar face, one that people are curious about, shows up in your local neck of the woods, And you saying, oh shit, there he is. God damn, that's Spence, yo. So he shows up over there and someone gets a freaking snap. Someone gets a lens put on Spence. And this was at Breadman's gym. And the rumor mill circulated heavy. So, you know, being that this is one of those milk carton type of subjects, because people have been trying to locate where Spence is at, what he has going on, what's his next step. You know what I'm saying? Who is he going to be trained with? They've been trying to recycle every piece of rumor mill possible and put it together into something that they can consider legitimate. You know what I'm saying? And it just haven't worked out. So as of recent, it was people in their cars, on top of on rooftops. You know what I'm saying? Behind quick trips and 7-Elevens in the hood. And they was doing live streams talking about word has that Spence new trainer is now revealed. Spence new trainer is revealed. And that's where I'm going to let Pacmanatl come into the equation. Someone who has communication with the actual coach. You know what I'm saying? Someone who said, I called him up. Because everybody, a lot of people talk about contacts. And some of them do. They have contacts, but not in every situation. In this case, Pac-Man said, let me just put it out there because the struggle is real on this YouTube Central. The struggle is real when they best fighter, they can't find out what's going on. They don't have nobody to contact. You know what I'm saying? Even as you in your room smelling like Dookie, Duke. You can't even call nobody up and goddamn find out what's going on. But let's hear what Pac-Man had to say about his phone call to a trainer that he knows very well.
Spence having a new trainer, and a lot of speculation has been coming towards Coach Breadman Edwards. But if you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you know, you've been to my channel, you've watched my work, you know that I'm very, very cool and cordial and great friends with the legendary.
This is Pacmanatl's content. Have to put that out there. This is his audio. Okay. This is his audio. Just to be clear. This is his audio.
Very infamous Coach Breadman Edwards, who also coached Caleb Plant. You also seen him with many other fighters as well. Julian J. Rock Williams, and his one of his new fight. No, I don't say new fighters, but one of his other fighters who just recently won a big fight not too long ago as well. But however, I did talk to Coach Breadman Edwards as soon as I got width of the news and things of that nature. I haven't really been into the sport of boxing like that, but I will say that I always keep my relationships fresh. And speaking with Coach Breadman Edwards, which I knew he would give me a phone call right back because I called him and maybe 20 minutes later, immediately he called me back. And I said, hey, Coach. I said, man, you ain't give me the good news. You ain't tell me the news. He said, what you talking about? He said, I said, man, you didn't tell me you were training Spence. He just laughed and said, man, Tay, I didn't know that I was either.
Huh? What is this I hear? What is this I hear? I mean, the YouTube Central should invoke martial law and arrest these freaking voices, these culprits that's out here passing bad information. Pac-Man said he called him up. And Breadman said, I didn't know I was training Spence either. I didn't know it. Where you hear this at? YouTube Central. They was out there spreading it like hot freaking butter. And we ask ourselves why. Let's continue.
He said, you know how these guys get, they come to the boxing gym and, they want to video record and things of that nature. He said, honestly, Earl Spence hit me up. Earl Spence was on he was handling some business in Philadelphia, PA. And there's plenty of boxing gyms. He said he'd hit him up. Of course, that they've been with PBC for the last 12 years, 10, 11, 12 years. And J Rock, and they know each other from the amateurs. So he hit him up and said, he wanted to come to the gym and train. He said that, Earl Spence definitely does look good and things of that nature. They have worked in the gym and things of that nature, but it was nothing more to that. Nothing more to that. He said, if I am his trainer, I don't know anything about being his trainer.
Now, if a trainer say, if I am his trainer, I don't know anything about it. That's basically telling you this is a farce. All the information that's been out here buzzing in the streets of YouTube Central about Breadman being Errol Spence's new trainer is untrue. It is untrue. When you hear people say breaking news and put it in their title, and they say their sources have told them, and then you hear this, you hear someone like Pacman come out here and say, I gave a call. Look, the other dudes are not saying they gave a call. They're not saying they called him up and he told me this, per the phone conversation. They're not saying that. They're just leaving it out there open-ended on my source. But he's saying he talked to him, and Breadman said, if I am, I didn't know about it. So you know what that means, right? The information was bogus, untrue, fake, agitprop. Just another blimp to put out there for everybody to read the message on the side of it and act like it's something important. They're so desperate to have Spence back on the scene and stepping back in the ring. They willing to sit up here and say, I've been told. You know what I'm saying? I've been told that Spence is now working with Brett. It's all a lie, man. Ted's the only one I heard that said he called Breadman up and Breadman told him specifically, if I am the coach, I didn't know anything about it. If I'm the one that's supposed to be training him, I ain't hearing nothing about it. So, at this stage in the game with Breadman, that's just not how the protocol fucking works. Stop it, man. They're not just here working in the dark.
He said that I do know that, he was going through some other things with his former trainer, Derrick James, but he said he didn't even bother to ask what's going on with him or anything. He said that, he didn't know that, people was going around and saying that he is Earl Spence trainer or speculation of that. And he said, now there are plenty of trainers in Philadelphia. Now, the one name that I've heard was Bozy Ennis. I've also heard that Bozy Ennis put in an application to be Earl Spence trainer. But however, I know Coach Breadman has no word, no deal in place to be Earl Spence trainer. If that is the case, or if it comes out to be the case, I will be the first to let you know. Not only be the first to let you know, but also let you know that I spoke with Coach Breadman Edwards directly. He has no knowledge of being Earl Spence trainer, and he said
he has no knowledge. No knowledge. To all you all that was out there jumping the gun, running around here pretending like you was the first, you heard it here. Pacman put it out via a phone call. A phone call. Does it get any more exclusive or intimate than that? A phone call. Calling the person up personally. Calling them up personally and asking them and getting the confirmation, yay or nay. And in this case, Breadman said no.
If it was true, then they need to talk. But he said that, he loves Earl. He hopes that Earl can get right back on track. He said that Earl was, he wants to be in shape or be already in shape going into a fight. He said that Earl didn't know what his fight date was. But they did get some work in together. Other than that, it was nothing more to it. He said that, he wished some of the guys didn't take pictures and had the phone out at the gym, but he understands. But he also has said that, he's worried about his guys. Caleb Plant potentially has a fight coming up. Kyron Davis, that's the other guy who I was wanting to mention at the beginning of the video as well. But those guys has fights coming up. Breadman also have other fighters that he currently works with as well. Breadman Edwards' daughter, she runs track and kids and things of the nature. And actually, when I spoke to Breadman Edwards yesterday, he was mentioning that he was going to pull up on his son to grab something to eat. So he's very family oriented and things of the nature. But he definitely did tell me that he is not Errol Spence's trainer. He haven't had any conversations about it. Not only has he had conversations about it, he don't have any knowledge of being Errol Spence trainer. So I don't know where the speculation come from. And he said the only thing that they probably could have the speculation come from is that, they did get some work together. He was in Philadelphia, but from his knowledge that Errol Spence was up there to handle business, not only handle business, but he wanted to train. So he hit up, Breadman Edwards and J Rock and got some work in and things of that nature. And that was everything that happened. So I don't know where the speculation of Errol Spence and Breadman Edwards coming together, things of the nature. But I do know I have heard word of Bozy Ennis putting in an application to be his trainer. There's plenty trainers in PA or Philadelphia, right? There's plenty trainers. Just because Errol Spence walked into a gym doesn't mean that he's training with trainers there. Right. I know Errol Spence been down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, trained there before. No one ever said that, Coach JD's was his trainer. You see what I'm saying? But these fighters travel and want to stay in shape, get in shape. Errol Spence, he did state that, he don't want to take tune-ups. He's looking for the prize, the fights that's the task at hands to be a champion at 154 because he is moving up in weight class. Right. But Coach Breadman Edwards, he's going to keep it all the way funky with me. You've seen him over here on the channel plenty of times. You've seen him in interviews. Guys, you can come ask me a question and he's going to give you the answer, or whenever he's live, he's going to respond to you. So you've seen it with your own eyes. He's one of those, guys who are going to keep it 100 with you. He's very knowledgeable about the sport. Now I would say he would love to, potentially train Errol Spence. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But that's just not the case with Breadman Edwards, right? He's not training Earl. He hasn't been identified as the lead trainer or a trainer for Errol Spence. He did get some work in with him, but that's all it was. It was nothing else. So, guys, so you can go ahead and stop the rumors and the speculations and things of that nature. When Earl is ready to announce who his trainer is going to be, then you guys will find out. But guys, again, I'm back. Let me know what.
Yo, shout out to Pacman ATL. This was his footage, his audio. Be sure to sub up to him. Of course, you already know who he is. Errol Spence Jr., new trainer. Unfortunately, I spoke with Coach Breadman Edwards. He says that Breadman said no. It's not true. Though Spence was sighted in the area, he was there for business. And boxers, they always stop in the gyms to get some work. So it's going to be other people in the gym. Of course, when a popular name like Spence stop in there to do a little bit of workout, they're gonna take out their phones, man. The only time that's not going to really go down like you think is if you're down at Bodyhead Island, because Roy Jones' place is on his property. So, it ain't no public gym. So when he say no filming, no nothing, that's what it is. And these other gyms, I don't know, man. You see people just taking out phones and being a little bit out of pocket once they see a familiar fighter step on deck. Seriously. But there you have it. To me, it seems like a lot of these creators that really don't care about putting out false information, They don't care about the limitations they are placing on their mortality. For real, I'm being serious. They're gonna find out when it's their opportunity to see if they're getting into heaven. You know, they might be told that no, you lied so much on YouTube. We don't have no goddamn room for that up here. You need to go downstairs. We don't have no room for that up there. For real. You know, cause this has just gotten to a point where there's no vaccination to stop the goddamn cap. Now, of course, it is gonna be moments where you hear information being put out. Like when you hear it and read it and you put it out, come to find out it's wrong. Okay. But when you take ownership of information and they always want to act like they're the first, man. Somebody told them specifically. And then you hear information, someone like Tay who have called Breadman up and he told him specifically that is untrue because I didn't know I was the coach myself. Those same individuals do not return back and apologize to lying to their audience. That's all I'm saying. You don't apologize, man. Y'all don't apologize, man. You know what I'm saying? It will behoove you to understand the face reality and your exposure. And this exposure, it wasn't a good light for you. None of y'all say y'all talk to Breadman. I think Pacman was the only one who said that he called Breadman. Now, how simple is it to do a live? I called him up and this is what he told me. Or if y'all don't have that contact. Maybe y'all don't have that contact. I get it. I get y'all don't have that contact. I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You're still working to kind of tune up your contact list because you have a lot of loose nuts and bolts. I get it, man. I get it. You're still in the process of trying to be a handyman at the end of the day. For real. Because I get so tired of hearing these people talk about their sources and they was told that Breadman, okay, I can see if you heard he was over there, Spence was over there in Breadman's gym. But when you say that I've got news that Breadman is the new trainer of Spence, now you're lying again. You know what I'm saying? AGIN again. Hood. Yeah, Ebonics again. You're lying. When are y'all gonna stop lying like that, man? Just because y'all are previous aerosexuals who are hoping and wishing to get some information that you can go out here and get some clicks for. This man just say Breadman himself removed it all. Any validation, false validation that you was putting out there, done. It's not the case. Cancel it. You know what I'm saying? Put that shit in the recycle bin and empty it. It's not happening. Okay? Are we clear? Are we clear on that? I don't like chaperoning a bunch of old, mature idiots. Are we clear on putting out false information? If you're going to donate your time to this YouTube Central, please try to be consistent with not running out here. Time you hear or see a IG post of Spence on the bag in somebody else's gym, and then you just put your own icing on top of it. Let me dress this up, butter it up with ice and gravy. You know what I'm saying? Let me get me some whip, put it on there. No, if you seen something and the caption said Spence getting work, okay, cool. And you find out Spence was over in Breadman's gym. How do you help out the YouTube Central when it comes to information that you can say that's truthful? Resourceful information that you can say is truthful. Y'all not trying to change this, man. I know I still have some content creators on here that's going through the healing process of July 29, 23. I get it, man. I get it. And I'm talking about every speck of information that you think you see across your windshield. You in a hurry to run and stop and go live on YouTube. I gotta put this out there. Spence with Breadman, it's official. Who is he fighting though? I don't know who he was fighting, but he with Breadman. Who told you that? I saw a picture, man. My sources told me. They say if they phone ring twice and go to voicemail, that's a yes. Well, how did they know you calling about Breadman and Spence? Because they know they keep an eye out on the new information that's in the algorithm out here on social media. So if I call and they send my punk ass to motherfucking goddamn voicemail with 2 rings, that means, yeah, you're right. Come on, get the fuck out of here, yo. Get out of here, man. I just thought I'll let y'all know that. Seriously, I just thought I'd put that information out there. And while I'm at it, I want to switch over to something. Oh, my God. Hopefully everyone is enjoying themselves. Christmas isn't the way it used to be when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? But wish everyone nothing but the best. Let me bring up this right here for you. If you're in the building, you feel like you want to push that button, go ahead. If not, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? It's cool too. Let me bring this next thumbnail up. And once again, that was Pacman ATL's audio. In summation, he called Breadman. Breadman said, I didn't know I was the coach. So pretty much in plain English, he's telling you the information's not true. And we had some individuals out here, once again, putting out false information. I mean, like, I'm going to be somber with you. Just in all its veracity. I've lied a time or two in my life. I'm not saying I haven't crossed that sin, but it's become out of control on the YouTube Central. It's just out of control when people get information on their favorite fighter, the nigga with the shag, and they go up here and they just want to exacerbate the whole entire story to something that is not. Man, don't nobody have time for that shit, bro. Nobody have time for it. This right here, Michael Benson, put out a tweet and said, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez will not happen. See, I know Michael Benson's freaking account has been purchased. I understand. But you see how they emphasize the capitalized letters. You know what I'm saying? So none of you rodents that love lying out here could run with the wrong shit. They had to put capitalized letters out here. Will not happen. If they would have put this shit in lowercase, a lot of you niggas would have already did a live on it saying it's been reported. Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is happening in 2025. They would have just totally skimmed through it, missed it, but they put that shit in capitalized letters. They probably increased the font. He said Terrence Crawford versus Canelo will not happen. Now, as a Crawford fan, I didn't feel no type of way. I didn't lose my mind and get emotionally freaking, start to emotionally crumble and want to leave Earth and go into orbit without any breathing apparatus. It wasn't like that for me. I would like to see him go fight Canelo, but I say, whatever. But I like what it said at the end, though. It said, it is believed that Terrence Crawford will unify with IBF champion Bakram Murtazalayev. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Ring the bells, ring the bells, ring the bells are ringing. Ring the bells, ring the bells. I'll ring that bell to the opening round. I like that Crawford has options. He has the opportunity to fight another champion. Once again, it's not as easy as it looks. How Crawford continues to just move up divisions and fight these champions. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it looks easy until you get that phone call and you found out that certain people, man, nah, man, I ain't ready, man. I just want to be a civilian. No, I just want to eat, man, have sex with my girl, man. I ain't got to do all that, man. I just got out the fight count, man. I ain't trying to do that shit right there, man. I just want to chill, dog. I ain't trying to go down there. You know what I'm saying? Crawford, he makes it look too simple, just like he did July 29, 2023. And even I felt some type of way about him making it look too easy. All I was trying to do is be a mediator. I was trying to insert some psychological, you know what I'm saying, counseling. You know, just say, hey, man, maybe you should have just finessed it just a little bit, dog. Took him into the 11th to 12th round and, you know, and got him up out of there. Just maybe we would have got the rematch. Maybe Showtime say, you know what? He got to the championship round, man. Let's go ahead and get this second fight. You know what I'm saying? Stop beating him up so much. You know what I'm saying? But when it's so many of you all that pissed him off and kept saying, who did he fight? And was talking mad shit at the presser. I don't blame Crawford for going in there and damn near decapitating Spence, bro. You know, had that man looking like Leatherface and Freddy Krueger as if they was goddamn somehow genetically related. It was bad, y'all. It was bad. And I say this once again, not to get off topic, but I seen so many of these aerosexuals disappear from Earth. I saw them go into hiding, seclusion. They ostracized themselves. A lot of them lost their homes. A lot of them children was placed in the state. All because you can't have your kids sleeping out on the porch, in the trunk of the car. None of that. All because you were selfish and made a bet that you couldn't pay. I mean, Terrence Crawford pretty much banished an entire fan base. Damn near. I mean, you want to talk about species going extinct. What about the aerosexuals, Team Spence? His fan base went extinct. And one man caused that shit. Have you ever seen that in boxing? One freaking boxer damn near causes an entire boxer's fan base to go extinct, just like the species. You have bird species. You have all these animal species. The woolly mammoth. Look, Spence fan base went into extinction just like the woolly mammoth, yo. They was burned up in the T-Mobile massacre. A lot of them ran out of the arena and tried to run home and didn't make it past Death Valley. It was bad, yo. But getting back to the topic, I like the news that I'm hearing about him potentially unifying with IBF super welterweight world champion Bakram Murtazalayev. I like it. I love that he's going directly into another fight after winning and beating Israel Madrimov August 3rd of this year. I love it. That's just him going, once again, stand the course on his journey to unify his third division. I like that. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Like these damn other cats do when they hear this damn Errol Spence. I can't lie to you, man. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate the consistency with the schedule. Stay in the course. If you can't get Canelo, stay the course and continue to add on another slab, another mortar. You know what I'm saying? Continue to build up that legacy, man, that fortress. So if you know, if Madrimov wasn't enough, we potentially may see Crawford step back through the ropes and fight Murtasalayev. What y'all think about that? I like it. Let me get to the chat right quick. Shout out to Swat Jones in the building. Salute to you, big dog. I see you. What's good, man? Listen to a fake Michael Benson page about Loma retiring and not this Breadman rumor. His reputation is getting worse for clickbait and cap. Look, I put what was out there. Like some people just say, hey, this is what my sources say, but I will put the freaking screen grab up there. You know what I'm saying? And the validation behind it, where I'm coming from. Them freaking adding ESPN ringside and so forth. We will have to see what comes of it. You know what I'm saying? We will have to see what comes of this information. You know what I'm saying? We will have to see what comes of the information. It was fun Twitter. We know that Turkey Al Sheikh has purchased, I believe it was Michael Benson. You know what I'm saying's account. You know? We will have to see how that plays out. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, AK Hot Grease, in the building. What's good with it, brother? How you feeling, man? Happy holidays to you. I was clickbaiting from 7-Eleven. I made a mistake. So what? I know, right? You know what I'm saying? I know, right? Thanks for the $5 super chat, my brother. One love to you. Appreciate your support as always there, Gumbo. 7-Eleven really draws the real, true, hardcore content liars, you know, to just take a stop, get a slushie, and go back there and say some bullshit. You know? You know what I'm saying? But you know how I get, man. When they hear that one name, they're so infatuated with trying to be the first, like it's going to get them on the zone under bright lights. Shout out to the News by Shaw News on deck. Team Tucker official. What's good in the building? YouTube boxing promotion, AK 7-Eleven promotion. We break the news from Twitter and IG stories without sources. Hey, man, shout out to the phantom sources that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Why does Errol deserve a shot at anything at 154? I mean, you have to ask the powers that be that placed him in rotation. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen that happen. It's not just Errol Spence. Danny Garcia, he went through the same thing. Nobody really said anything. Seriously. Danny Garcia went up for 47-54 and he was placed high in the rankings. Absolutely. Absolutely he did. These guys never know what's going on with EJ. They never know, man. But they'll show you all the pictures. You know what I'm saying? They'll show you all the pictures when they land on their back. You know what I'm saying? With all them flies flying around. They'll tell you, hey, man, I got my boy right here, man. They told me. Man, y'all are looking real bad right now. Like y'all never really had the freaking contacts to begin with. Shells on deck, what's good? Yeah, they said breaking news, man. It's not breaking news. It's just continue to break up the monotony of y'all being honest freaking content creators. Like y'all don't have no integrity, bro. A lot of y'all cats. Salute Cap, what's good? What's good with you, man? I see you. Say it ain't so. Spence still ain't got no trainer. Well, they ran with the Breadman shit straight out the goddamn bakery, yo. They ran straight out the bakery. Hey, Breadman, that's what we know. He's a new trainer. Spence, there we go. Breadman, here we go. I mean, they was out there running, sprinting, buying people extra food over there. Lunch on me today. Lunch on me today. Why? Oh man, you ain't hear the news? Spence gonna be right here, yo, for his next fight camp right here. I always wanted to meet him. Man, I'm gonna take leave of absence from work so I can go in here every day and get some goddamn content. Come on, bro. Come on now. Nah. Breadman say ain't nobody told me nothing. You know what I'm saying? How can you get up here and say it's breaking news and it's correct? And you get mad when people call you out on the non-breaking news. The only thing is broke is your integrity compass. You know what I'm saying? That's what's broke. You know what I'm saying? You can't find your way to the parking lot. For real. Your integrity compass is broken. You know what I'm saying? That's what's breaking news. Yeah, man, I want to be a civilian when the phone rings. That's what I want to do. I want to be an absolute civilian. You know, I want to hope that Terrence Crawford, you know, continue on his quest. If he can't get the Canelo fight, to continue on his quest. You know, I will talk about information like this that's out there from said name sources that's out there. But just to say, okay, let me extract this portion of information based off a picture I seen off IG, and let me addition it with some other information that's not validated. Let me go ahead and do it that way. Let me go out here and make it seem like people are going to stop what they're doing just because you're saying Breadman is Spence's freaking trainer. And then it's quickly debunked that he's not. But them same cats will not come back on here and say, you know what, I was wrong. They just let it go. And they'll say everything's subject to change. Everything's subject to change. Yeah, you subject to lie again. They don't say, hey, everything's subject to change. No shit, huh? No shit. I've been on the go. I saw the thumbnails from the other content creators about Breadman and Spence. They put it out there like it was official. It wasn't you, fam. Some cats act too quick and draw. I know it wasn't me. I did not latch on to that shit, man. Because to be honest, I don't care. I just want to hear when the next fight date is going to be. Like, if I can get that type of information, like who is Spence fighting next? Is he finally going to lock in a fight? Y'all keep on bragging about how he don't take tune-ups. I get it, man. I get it. But I think the slice of pie that we waiting on right now is the fight being made official. Is he fighting who? That's the biggest question, man. I just need to know who you're fighting, bro. I'm eager to see Spence step back in the ring, and hopefully, you know, either two things can happen. One, that he shows that the damage that was inflicted by Terrence Crawford was too much, and residually it still shows. Or he can go ahead and debunk, coming off a tough fight, a long layoff. You can go in here and defeat a champion like Sebastian Fundora or whoever that he fights. That you can prove people wrong and debunk them saying, oh man, he took too much damage. He's older now. You know, he's been out the ring too long. If Spence can come in here and put that to bed and pick up a championship at 154, I would say to myself, he's pretty much redeemed himself. There's a redemption tag should be put on Spence if he's able to return after the long layoff and the damage that he received from the T-Mobile Master to come in here and have a superb performance against whoever it is he's fighting. That would be great for boxing. That's shit you want to talk about. Like the shit that say, I didn't see that coming. For real. I didn't see Spence looking the way he did after the fight, coming back, eye surgery, all this other long hiatus and shit, no tune-up, and coming here and defeat Sebastian Fundora. That's some shit that I think is worth speaking on. That's all. That's all. I think that's worth speaking on, yo. The YouTube Central community is in need of truth. You know what I'm saying? They're in need of truth, yo. Not clickbait. Hey, clickbait have broken down the YTC, debilitated that shit. You know, people don't know what to believe. And then, you know, you have certain people that don't follow boxing as hardcores. They will reach out to you every now and then. They say, hey man, this true? For real, I can't bullshit you. Hey, is this true right here? Is this true? I saw this on Facebook. And a lot of these cats, you know, they don't really think that Facebook is still disseminating information, fake information. That you have people on Facebook that just put out fake flyers, fake posts all the time. So some of these individuals that you see on YouTube that some of y'all cats may respect, they be on YouTube grabbing that fake information and bringing it over here. I mean, they bring on Facebook, grabbing that information and come over here to YouTube and put the shit out. You know what I'm saying? They know this shit is fake. A lot of times on Facebook, you can go in the comments and they'll tell you the information that you read as fake news. That's fake news. But some people, they just do it for clicks. They just go ahead, screen grab it, and come over here, make a thumbnail, and put it out there. But back to what I was saying with Crawford. That's one fighter I'm looking forward to. If indeed he's going to fight for unification, I like it. It further goes to show that he's still on the quest to become 3-time undisputed. He's still showing the fight fans that legacy is important. And, you know, with his age, him being 37 years of age right now, he can still go in there and defeat champions that are much younger than him. So that's what I look forward to also. Yeah, it'd be like the National Enquirer, real talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. It'd be like the National Enquirer. It'd be really, really bad. But hopefully some of it's true with Crawford. With Spence, we just have to wait and see. Dying species is out there, the arrow that I don't know what to call you no more, because I don't think you want to be labeled as an aerosexual. You know what I'm saying? They tried to go to the border and jump over there in Philly to support Boots. But Boots, you know, keep on saying, no, I just want to be a civilian. So now they confused again. They went back into hiding. So pay close attention, man. If you put your trash down by the street, you come out and you think it's goddamn coyotes and goddamn just random dogs in the hood. No, that's them. They out there foraging through trash until Spence gets another fight so they can go up there and make another bet. Hey, we got him, dog. We got him. We got Spence again. How much you got? I've been saving up some coins. Man, it's been rough, but I'm putting it all in. They waiting to go all in for Spence, man. So he can kind of make back a little bit. See, can they go reapply for the home loan? You know what I'm saying? Try to take the house out of foreclosure. Try to go up there and at least get a vehicle or something. They're trying to get back in the game of life. But I'm not going to hold y'all too long, man. I just want to come on here and talk about Pacman ATL speaking with Breadman, a legitimate solid source that said he didn't know he was a trainer. He debunked that. And also, you know, the situation with Crawford. I'm you know, my whole take on it, I don't care if he don't get the Canelo fight. I just want to see him in a fight that still enhances his greatness. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking at the end of the day. Something that will continue to shake up boxing. Whatever Crawford got going on, people are going to pay attention. He has been the one that survived You know what I'm saying? He hasn't, always been in the spotlight like he did. A lot of people didn't give him the time of day because he didn't fuck with media like that. But him getting to the finish line, there's a lot of interest on who he's gonna fight. The good interest. I'm talking about good interest. You're still gonna hear people complain about him potentially wanting to fight Canelo, but he's getting the good attention. The attention where people want to see him step to the ring, whether they want to see him win or lose, they still looking forward to him stepping in the ring in 2025. He's undefeated on the pound for pound list, right? One of the pound for pound best. And they want to see who's next with him at 154. Or will Turkey Al-Sheikh somehow be able to make him versus Canelo? We have to see. Shout out to the OG Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz. Some more what's good with it, Bruce. But man, y'all hold it down till next time. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. I'm